Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you're comfortable with this.
Live action.
Me and John Vignacchi.
Room playing.
Yeah.
There's something that I believe it's mostly on the West Coast, but it's like a horror movie kind of live action experience, like a camping thing. And you camp out in a tent. Well, I believe you'd like start off like telling ghost stories around a campfire, but at some point you got to go night time in the tent. And then like an hour or two later, you'll start hearing like murders happening, people shaking your tent. And you can sign up for like different levels of horror. Like
they
level
touch me
3,
or whatever?
they can chase after me or some shit like that. That sounds kind of cool.
Somebody just made like a real life Blair Witch event.
Something, yeah.
Kind of thing.
I don't know if this is true or not, and I would love to hear some emails to confirm or deny this. Growing up, I always heard from a million different people that somewhere in Kansas, in like a rural area of Kansas, there was a haunted house, which I thought this was every city. Kansas City, every Halloween has like 1 billion haunted houses, like super elaborate, just crazy high budget things. And this really like bad part of town where they take all these abandoned warehouses and turn them into these insane haunted houses. But I heard there was one, if you go like closer to central Kansas, where it was like a 6-story building or something. And if you get to the top one, if you get to the top floor,
They kill you for real.
Yeah.
no, it's like, I don't remember, you get some kind of prize or you get like put on some Hall of Fame or you get your money back or something.
I hear about
but
this in a lot of cities.
Yeah, and that's why I wonder if it's a fake thing. And they say like, oh, the 6th floor. Like, no, we got up to the 5th floor, and it's just filled with snakes. It's just live snakes everywhere, and you have to like sign your life away before you go into this thing. And so I don't know if that's a real thing or not. So I would love to hear if that's. It's probably super illegal if it is.
I would check Snopes.com.
Yeah. Okay.
To see if there's anything on there about that. But I feel like I've heard of that in multiple cities, and always the top floor that it's like. You'll either be faced with death or something, or I don't know.
A buddy of mine
shit.
operates one in the area, so I can ask him if anyone
operates like one of these death houses, or just like a normal haunted house.
I would think that
it's a normal haunted house.
Okay.
But, it's pretty good.
I would think that just about everyone would make it to the top of that, because you would approach it from the perspective of like, well, they're not going to kill anyone,
but they could be scared.
But if there were live snakes.
There's probably like
but if it's
5
live
really
snakes that are
bored
actually
dudes up there.
dangerous, they wouldn't be able to do this.
I think a lot of people, even if it was a room full
Legally.
of garter snakes or something, it'd be like, I don't want to go through that dark room filled with snakes.
What if you think they're just really incompetent?
I also think that like if it was a really dark room filled with snakes and they were in such a way that you could step on them, that would also be illegal.
Oh yeah.
So like,
For the snakes.
yes, yeah.
I freaked out in a haunted house in 5th grade once in Kansas City. It was a Boy Scout trip, and at one point I was so scared already, and this dude jumps out with like a chainsaw, like without the blade, obviously, like right in my face, and I freaked out, and I was like, I need to get out of here, get me out of here, and the guy had to take me into emergency exit, take off his mask, and I think he might have carried me through the rest of the thing, and so I saw everyone with their like makeup and stuff in the back, like smoking and stuff, and I remember just being like, this is just super fucking weird.
Is that more haunting than?
I remember being interested by that. I just was a little claustrophobic and everything in the house.
Sure.
I've had some friends that have worked at them. As well. Yeah, it's a really cool.
Yeah, I've had
fun.
friends that have like run them or like put one on or something for.
That seems like so much fun. Yeah. Except for the one that I went to, I was probably like 18 or something. So I was living in like Wausau, Wisconsin, and on the radio they were advertising this nightmare that's super fucking scary in like Marshfield, Wisconsin, or something like that. So a bunch of buddies and I got together, drove to Marshfield. And it turns out it was at a church.
Oh, is it one of these?
Yeah, it is one of those. So
yeah,
you're walking
okay.
through there, and there's like mothers, like with their aborted babies, and there's Jesus strung up, and he's crying and pleading with me
called
to
hell houses,
stop.
usually.
Yeah. It was
They
not
had those in
advertised
Kansas.
as such.
Yeah.
So
I got to learn a lesson.
That was kind of disappointing.
Yeah.
But
now that I think about it, I don't think it was 5th grade, because then I'd be like 12, and that's way more embarrassing. I think I was like 7 when I had to get carried out of the haunted house.
Sure.
For the record.
Jason, how's your Dark Souls?